What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video my niece asked me to do some boho braids for her back to school pictures, and that is exactly what we're going to do. So if you have thick type 4 hair, don't worry, I've got you covered. We are going to have some tips and tricks on how to make this style look amazing, but not only look amazing but last. So stick around and let's get to braiding. These are the hair that we decided to go with. All of the deets for the hair will be in the description box underneath of this video. Starting out, I am separating the hair as always. First tip that I would like to give you guys is to make sure that you are using small pieces. When you use smaller pieces of hair when doing the knotless braids, it allows for the braid to become smooth and not have bumps and everything like that. So as you can see, this is what we're started with, and here's how I separated the curly hair. I just took a little bit of edge control and put it on the tip, and here we are. Her hair is already pre-parted, and starting out I wanted to slow this part down and do it in real time so that I can show you guys how I actually achieve a knotless braid. Now with the boho, the first row, I don't usually put the curly hair in. So as you can see, I'm starting out just braiding her natural hair. She has thick hair, so I don't go in initially with the braiding hair. And as you can also see, I use very small pieces of hair for the first two pieces. I actually split one of the pieces in half so that there is not much bulking at the root of the braid, because you want it to look as natural as possible. As you can see here, I am continuing to braid down. I'm using some of that braid gel on my fingers, and then I am feeding small pieces into the braid until I get to a certain point where I feel like the braid is as thick as I want it to be, and then I will go ahead and just braid it on down. Alright guys, tip number 2, I wanted to slow this clip down so that I can show you how you can make sure that you are achieving smooth, straight braids. If the 3 pieces are not evenly distributed when you are feeding the hair in, as you can see, one piece is a little thinner than the other 2, and it's creating a crooked braid. You see how the braid is kind of bending to the side, it's not looking smooth, it's lumpy, it's bumpy, and that is exactly what we do not want. So when feeding the hair in, we definitely have to make sure that there are small pieces. Here is a clip right here showing you where the hair is actually pretty much even. All 3 pieces are the same, and as you can see, as I'm braiding down this braid, it is smooth and it is no lumps, no bumps, no curves or anything like in the braid. So you got to make sure that when you are feeding the hair in, that you are making sure there are small pieces and that the pieces are evenly distributed. Progress. Here we are on the second row, and as you can see, I'm adding the boho hair in to the braid now, and I'm also still feeding in the braiding hair. Now, depending on how full or not so full a person wants their boho braids with the curly hair, that will determine how many pieces of hair to put in each braid. Now, me, it varies from client to client, but with my niece, she doesn't like it too full, and then she doesn't like it too thin either. So I usually put between 4 and 6 pieces in each braid. It just depends, you'll get a feel for it as you go. So I'm going to show you guys close up how I add one of the boho pieces of hair in. As you can see, I've taken a piece of hair. It's kind of stiff on the end from braid gel just to hold the hair together. Then I clamp it down with a duck clip, and I begin to just continue to braid down the braid, making sure that I braid tight and secure down the braid so that the hair is not popping out. As you can see, I'm still also feeding in that braiding hair. If you feel like the braid is too thin, then you go in and add a thin piece of hair. then you would go in and just add another piece of boho hair whenever you feel like, you know what I'm saying, that you need to. So I usually just take the length of the entire braid and then I'll just break it down. So if I'm doing 4 pieces, I'll just break the length of the braid down into 4, and I'll try to evenly distribute it. I also don't try to put it too close to the bottom of the braid because I don't want the boho hair hanging longer than the ends of the braids when I actually take the perm rods and roll it up. So later on in the video, you guys will see that I'll explain that a little bit more, but I just want to show you guys in the next clip our progress and how far we are getting. And yes, baby, we are on our way to picture day.
Listen, wait, me bagels. Baby, what you wanna do? I'm ready to pull up on you. I'm ready to do what I do. This type shit have you wildin'. Last minute shit to the highest. Drip, drip, drip when you sliding. Flip, 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 baby, ride it. Don't hesitate when you.
All right, y'all, that is the final look. How gorgeous are these boho braids for her school pictures? If you found these tips helpful, especially for thick type 4 hair, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on our future hair tutorials and beauty tips. Drop any questions or thoughts in the comments below and let me know what styles you love to see next. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.